When 2.5-year-old Nolan was diagnosed with autism, he struggled with low muscle tone, which impacted his gross motor skills and overall development significantly. Nolan really struggled with walking due to hypotonia or low tone and poor sensory processing, along with limited speech and frequent stimming behaviors. Though Nolan had been in early intervention therapy for over 2 years, his mother felt that he was stuck and unable to progress. As she shares, despite ongoing therapy, we felt he was stuck and had plateaued in progress. Nolan desperately needed help building core strength, coordination, and regulation skills. And it turns out the root cause of those challenges wasn't problems with his muscles and joints, but instead with his central and autonomic nervous system that controls and coordinates all motor tone in the developing child. That's when they finally found neurologically focused pediatric chiropractic. Nolan experienced some major breakthroughs in his low tone and began to progress once again in his gross motor development, sensory processing, and so much more. Nolan has gone from struggling to walk to now being able to run. Huge strides forward. Looking at the stats, up to 50% of children with autism struggle with low muscle tone, and many kids struggling with things like sensory processing disorder, speech delays, and ADHD have challenges with low muscle tone and incoordination as well. This demonstrates an important link between hypotonia and each of the most common developmental disorders in kids, especially autism. So what causes low muscle tone? Well, the most common contributing factors include breech positioning in utero, high-stress pregnancies, and physical birth trauma from things like forceps, vacuum extraction, induction, and C-section. These are often overlooked in low muscle tone and autism, which is still today generally described as genetic. All of these early triggers and challenges lead to nervous system dysfunction, disrupting the neurological pathways that signal our muscles to move and hold positions. Interference with nervous system communication leads to low muscle tone and other developmental challenges in kids, and must be addressed first before changes and progress can be made with the muscles and be expected to stick and last. So high stuck tone and hypertonicity sets in before low tone in the core. In utero constraint and birth trauma create tension, hypertonicity, and subluxation in the upper neck, brainstem, and upper back that then get that tension and tone stuck there so that the brain cannot get the tone to the core and extremities that it needs. These motor deficits can affect a child's confidence, self-esteem, and willingness to participate in sports and social activities. Their challenges and frustrations mount as other kids progress faster, get involved with sports, and so forth, and then they continue to struggle. So how can neurologically focused chiropractic care help? Well, while traditional therapy approaches focus solely on strengthening the muscles, working on core strength, and so forth, to really address low motor tone, we dive deeper into the real root cause, something called subluxation and neuromuscular dysfunction. The key to restoring strength and function in full is to add what we call neurotonal chiropractic adjustments, which address the imbalance and interference within the nervous system and restore and enhance communication between the brain and the muscles. Our adjustments can activate key neurological pathways to improve core strength, stability, posture, and movement. The most important element of helping kids with low muscle tone is running our neuromuscular EMG scans, which measure and detect the disruptions and alterations in the communication between the nerves and the muscles. So looking at this low motor tone EMG scan pictured here, what you can see is a lot of tension and hypertonicity in the neck and upper back area, and even a little bit in the sacral area as well. And then you'll notice in the core, it's weakened, suppressed, hypotonia. You'll see that the pattern of that is very low on the scan score. It should be 100%, and right now it's showing about 24%. That's because there is so much tone into the neck and not enough tone in the core. and that leads to unorganized incoordination within the nervous system. So if your child struggles with low muscle tone, affecting their physical abilities, development, and confidence, we know how frustrating it is. You want to see them thriving, running, and playing without restrictions, and you want to make sure their overall brain and nervous system development is on track for speech, socialization, and behavior regulation later in life. The first step is to schedule your child's Insight EMG scan here at the office. This will accurately measure and locate the neuromuscular stress, subluxation, and dysfunction, creating the low tone challenges for your child. From there, we can precisely tailor a care plan and adjusting protocol to help restore neurological communication, connection, and tone to your child's nervous system. And that way, the muscles can finally respond to activity and therapy and get back on track developmentally. So often, parents report to us that they can see the motor tone changes and improvements in a matter of just a few adjustments, and their child is off to the races from there. Please comment below, send us a DM, or check out the link in our bio to learn more about how neurologically focused chiropractic adjustments may be able to help your child's neuromotor, low tone, and coordination challenges. If you're wanting more in-depth information about how stress during pregnancy, birth interventions, and an abundance of stressors early in life contribute to issues in kids we see down the road, register for our Perfect Storm workshop on October 23rd at 6:30 p.m. right here at Foundation of Stone Pediatric and Perinatal Family Chiropractic. We'll be diving deep into how all of these life stressors and how they contribute to health issues such as chronic sickness, behavior issues, autism, and more.